Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition on leadership. Yes, this time, of course, is still about communism, and socialism, and of course, capitalism. In a big tussle now, the way the world leadership goes on, the different parties are beginning to emerge. Who will lead the next world order? That is where the tussle is. Of course, like we can see, Donald J. Trump is the greatest arbitrageur in the world today. The greatest dealer the capitalist world can ever produce. And he's so tough on his measures. More than 30,000 trillions of US dollar in trade deficit. He says he's going to change that within a short space of time, or the shortest space of time possible. And he's up to the task because he is not kidding any further with the world. And this, of course, is signing deals around the world, which of course will make America great again. This makes us to dream about great leaders who will emerge in different parts of the world to do the same for their nations. Donald Trump, the greatest arbitrageur, is on the move. One of the executive privileges that he did sign upon takeoff into office was that he changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Strange, isn't it? But real. In other words, Donald J. Trump is telling his counterparts, China and Russia, in the capitalist world, the way we make deals is that we don't do wars. We do economic deals. And the greatest bidder takes it at the end of the day. In other words, the war you're preparing with Taiwan, can you sign on economic deals with Taiwan and you be the greatest bidder at the end of the day? And you win Taiwan. If you got the money to spend and to make the deals, let the deals make the spending. That is the dollars. So can you speak better than the dollars? Then get Taiwan. Ukraine and Russia is a big blunder, because if you say that you're all students to the capitalist world, then Russia should be signing trade deals and not wars. As a matter of fact, in the capitalist world, the use of weapons, military equipments, only come in place after they have secured their market and you come attack it. But not at the incipient or the beginning, when you have to strike a deal and you're scared to strike a deal and you instead go using power. So Donald J. Trump says it is not about military might. It is about economic might. Who can speak better? So let me once more teach you as the greatest arbitrageur in the world today. What is your take about this? The Gulf of America, is it going to be a good bid? Or the greatest bidder at the end of the day to own? Well, probably his mind is not so much on the Gulf of Mexico, which he has signed as the Gulf of America, but maybe just trying to transmit a message to his counterparts to make them understand. Be a dealer and not a warmonger. What is your take about this? Shall we discuss? I wait for you. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 18th of February, Rubio, the Foreign Secretary of the US of A, and his counterpart Lavrov of Russia. That's the Foreign Minister of Russia, for those of you who don't know. Let's strike a deal. And to strike the deal, we have to travel to Saudi Arabia. That is going to establish the framework for the deal. Once more, that is Donald J. Trump, the arbitrageur on the move, the greatest ever that America can have in American history. What is your take? Why Saudi Arabia? Why not in America or Russia or Canada or any other part of the world but Saudi Arabia? If you may want to understand, Saudi Arabia is the second oil reserve in the world, right? Not only is she the second oil reserve in the world, has the second oil reserve deposit in the world, or depot per se, but also Saudi Arabia is a great ally to Russia and the US of A. So let's go meet our friend and let us discuss the greatest arbitrageur on the move once more. Yes, I'm back again with the greatest arbitrageur the capitalist world can ever produce. Donald J. Trump on the move. As I earlier told you, Saudi Arabia is the greatest sport or setting for the deal. Why? This is a game we're going to play together. Listen, the greatest sanction that Russia can ever have, not what was put formally by the rest of the world when Donald J. Trump was out of the page, is coming back. And of course, Russia is a little scared about him because he is the greatest tycoon ever you can ever imagine. In other words, sanctions on Russia becomes effective according to Trump if there is a spark increase, an emerging tendency in oil production and gas around the world. In other words, baby drill, baby drill, baby drill we go. If we're going to do real drilling and increase the production of oil, then we're going to devalue oil, which is the main sponsor of Russian strength and power. Number two, of course, that's what sustains the Russian economy. So if you really want to sanction the Russian economy, then let us spark or increase oil and gas production around the world so we devalue and we render it useless. Then let's see how Russia will proceed. Yes, of course, the greatest common sense you can ever think about. That is the greatest arbitrageur, Donald J. Trump, 47th President of America. Take that guy serious. Now here we're in Saudi Arabia. This is Lavrov and Rubio. We're in the house of our great friend, Saudi Arabia. Now Saudi Arabia, the bulk of the responsibility is in your hands. You're one of the superpowers in terms of the OPEC. Let's take this serious. If we're going to increase oil production, because you are the referee for now, make the choice. So you don't say we have destroyed your economy. So you're a friend to Russia and you're a friend to us. We are suffering. Russia is suffering. So can you play the big boy in the house? Because if you're going to touch oil, it means that we're touching your economy. So we have put the ball in your courts. Make the decision with Russia as fast as possible before we conclude. Because by the time we start doing drilling and increase the production of oil, then all those who rely on oil will be in real trouble. I don't want to hurt you, Saudi Arabia, and many others who use oil as a valid commodity. But then, let's strike a deal with Russia. Welcome, Zelensky. President Zelensky, welcome to the White House. What brings you to the White House? No, you're coming to see the greatest arbitrageur ever in the history of the US of A. So what leverage do you have when it comes to assist you? What leverage do you have? Well, I got rare earth, but of course, what percentage does it give on the table? If you want to make war in the capitalist world, be prepared to give something for an exchange. We're not going to practice socialism. We're not going to be giving all the time for free because it destroys the capitalist world. So, if you have no strength to leverage in terms of war, then back off. And so that is why, all this why I haven't sat with you on the table. I haven't sat with you on the table. I have spoken with Russia. I have spoken with Russia because Russia has the leverage to offer. So, but anyway, welcome. Next to it is the fact that look at the way you are dressed. My friend, are you a populist or a globalist? In your dressing, can I deduce who you are? So tell me who you are so we can address you properly. Because if you're a globalist, then you're asking for help at the wrong door. But if you're a populist, then can I address you properly? So tell us who you are, globalist or populist? My God.